All right, we're back with D&D Summer Sessions.
Hashtag bitchin' summer.
Yes. So,
Don't swear on the internet.
you guys were basically set up with the princess, who has her princess guard. There are 6 guardians that are like basically her personal security detail, plus you guys. There is also a wagon full of supplies for the trip, and food, water, tents, all that kind of stuff. So you guys know, and Grimble knows this basically, he has kind of a map based on his travels of where the Dwarven Barbarian Horde has been and kind of the direction they're going. So the first day after you leave Dariolar Shari, you're traveling along the road. The weather's beautiful. It's like a slightly warm but comfortable 75 degrees.
Oh, good. Love that weather.
A gentle breeze kind of moves across the land. You get that mix of, now that you're a little more inland and you're away from the coast,
Ew.
you guys are making pretty good time. And about midway through the day, you kind of get to the area where you're now going to head more inland and sort of what I'll call like into the wilds. So there aren't as many big cities or towns in between where you are now and where your next stop will be. And according to Grimble's knowledge, he's pretty confident that if you kind of head north and then northeast, you'll be able to avoid those hordes. So
I believe.
as you're proceeding, though, you make good time. About middle of the day, you stop, you break out a little camp, you have some food, some water, that kind of stuff, and then you pack up camp, you make your way along. A couple hours later, middle of the afternoon, you're going along, and you start to come across as you're kind of moving through the grasslands. There's a little more rocky terrain and stuff, and you come across an area that has kind of like basic trees, but also some shrubberies. Lay that out in front of the group, Heather, and kind of nestle that stuff around there.
I wonder if Skull Splitter's going to be at Gen Con.
And then put that up there.
Do you think they're going to be at Gen Con?
And you notice as you're kind of coming up to this area that the trees are very sparse. You could still see very well in any direction. You're not really on a path. You're literally just going through the prairie. But you notice like what looks to be some ruins. You see these like stones, maybe cobblestones, maybe foundation stones up ahead, kind of where you're going. So
I want to walk
Let's go.
over to the princess and make sure I'm closer to her.
okay. The lead of the Princess Guard calls for a halt, and she looks to you guys and she's like, "Could you just please check that out? Maybe there's a better way that we should go, or go
You
around
got
it." Or...
Team,
Me and Mash.
I'm on it.
check it out.
And
I'm
start
going to
walking
get close to
forward.
the princess just so that she has the extra protective force of a man of the Lord.
Seduction.
No,
Okay.
not yet.
All right, so the three of you, so Ralof stays behind, stays with the queen, the princess's guard, and the three of you get closer. And you could definitely see that something was built here at one point. These look like stones that over, I don't know how long, maybe centuries. Like this is the remnants of something that was built here at one time. You can definitely see man-made stonework that has crumbled and deteriorated over time. Erosion has dilapidated it, but it looks like there's rubble on top of some of those stones and even some old like wood, like timber, support wood. Go ahead and make a perception roll, all of you guys that
Is
have
that a
gone over
D20?
there.
Right.
Yeah, D20. You're going to add in your perception.
18.
Okay.
10
4
plus 4. Wait,
plus 4.
Yeah.
So 8.
14, Heather.
wait. What are we adding?
Perception.
5.
Okay.
Why was I adding
15.
I don't know.
All right. So
I'm
you
so
had
tired.
a 15.
15.
I had 8. 18.
Okay. So Beecher, you're kind of the first. As you approach, you notice that this slab of stonework with some rubble on top of it and what looks like an old rotted out timber seems to be concealing something. There might be something underneath it, but you'd have to kind of remove some of the stuff. And Heather, as you are looking around, you kind of see in that same direction where Beecher's is, you see kind of a similar look. Like it's almost like, it looks almost like somebody started to excavate this and then stopped.
Sorry, there's a bug on your arm.
Ew.
It's bothering me the whole time.
It's a tick.
It's because I'm a mummy. Oh, it's a tick.
It's a
tick.
tick.
Ew, get the matches.
All right, so what do you guys do? You
Uh,
both see this. Drake, you kind of are looking around. You didn't really see anything that interesting.
I'm
Okay.
check it out.
gonna take my shield and throw it onto the rubble.
Okay.
See if it's trapped.
Okay.
Oh, it's so
You
smart.
you throw the
You
shield
gotta
on
do
there,
that.
and it's like cling cling, and like one of the rocks falls down.
Yeah.
And at first you're like, oh, it's not trapped, but like you notice for just a moment that there was like an additional clang clang, like an echo.
Oh my god, it's hollow.
What is it? If we step on that, we're finished.
Like nothing
Strike
happens,
one.
Maybe there's something.
but you heard like the cling
It's over.
made. There was an
sisters.
echo
So there
from
might be-
below.
There might be like pipes underneath, and then there's like some big like thing under. I don't know what would be
Dwemer
on.
ruins.
but-
like in Skyrim.
Like in Ready Player One. Where they go underneath. And then we win the whole game.
Wow. Is this just like Ready Player One?
No,
If we
it's more
take-
like Skyrim.
Okay, cool. That'd make more sense.
I don't know what Skyrim is. So.
Can I talk to the princess at all?
Sure.
Get ready.
She is very charismatic.
Is she pretty?
I mean, she is.
prettier
Dragonborn
than
are
Carl?
typically pretty charismatic, but she's like dressed in like
Silk.
just her robe is worth more than your whole life.
Wow.
Like that doesn't include like the
Wow.
jewelry
Her
she's
cool
wearing,
shield.
Right, good
but she's
luck,
also
Carl.
just like very. She has this very like regal demeanor. Like
look at her.
she's very proper
Okay,
and stuff.
She's
I'd
so
like to. I'm
beautiful.
gonna walk up to her, and I'm just
Cool
gonna be like
shield.
casually like
looks so
cleaning my
beautiful.
flute. So I'm like
Look at
rubbing
her,
my flute like this.
Crosstalk.
You know, like I'm cleaning off my flute, and I walk up to her. I go, it's so strange, a dragonborn like you needs so much protection. I'm sure you could do this all yourself.
She looks at you. She's like,
Go.
"Thank you. That's very." No, I'm just
Still in.
She's like, "Thank you. I am impressed
Ew, it's still
with
pink.
your group's
Do a high
pedigree.
pitched voice, please.
You-
Yeah, can you do high pitch?
You have come very well regarded
I am-
from the High Priestess. She seems to have much faith in you, and she truly believes that Vusek is watching over you, and which must explain why she suggested that you accompany me on this journey. I would agree, though, that normally this would not be a perilous journey with my guards, but given that possibility of those dwarf barbarians being in the area, I could see a need for precaution.
Well,
But I'm
truly,
glad that you're here.
Of course.
She pulls out her fan and continues to fan herself. Her fan, by the way, is made of like pure platinum.
I'm in love with
It's
her.
just the tips are coated in platinum.
Oh. Are you a?
It's worth more than your life.
You a fan of music, ma'am?
Of course, I'm a great patron of the arts.
Speaking of high pitch.
Are you a fan of flute music, perhaps? I keep rubbing my flute.
It depends on how good you are, but feel free to play.
I mean, I have played at the Reeves banquet.
She licks her lips and she's like, by all means then.
Wait, does she
Oh
have like
my
a lizard
God.
tail?
This is
Yes.
so gross. Ew!
It licks out across and then
This
kind of
is
comes
disgusting.
back.
Oh, no.
I would
Oh
like
my
to pull.
God.
I'd like to pull out my flute and start playing it.
Carl, you may
toxic.
make a performance
Performance,
roll.
yeah. It's a +5. Come on.
Toxic by Brittany.
20.
Carl, that is exceptional. So you begin kind of playing. You know, what kind of vibe are you going for?
It's a mellow. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
It's a mellow tone. It's basically the Misty Mountains from the Hobbit trilogy by Peter Jackson. It's very gorgeous, very quiet but powerful music. Seductive.
Carl, as you're performing this, you seem to definitely like stir emotion. She's fanning herself a little more slowly and intently now, and kind of gazing longingly at you.
I'm gonna. Cause
Why?
I'm-
Because it's interracial.
Because it's a
It really, it is. I mean, he's a tiefling. She's a
No,
dragon.
it's weird because it's you
And you know what?
role-playing a lizard.
And he's like lowborn, and she's highborn. So
Yeah.
I mean, really,
It's like class.
it'll never happen. It's like the
Yeah.
thing that just couldn't be.
Yeah, we'll
you know?
see.
No,
We'll
it's
see
just
about that.
gross because it's you and Carl, and you're role-playing a lizard, and Carl's playing the trying to seduce you.
A
Playing
female
the flute.
lizard.
A
She
female
seems
lizard.
entranced by you.
It's like
All right,
weird.
cutting back to the
Oh, wait,
exploration.
wait.
I'm gonna hear this misty mountain and get some dwarven inspiration.
Yeah.
Whip out my battle axe and jump into this. Jump on top of it.
God.
Excellent. Make a dex save.
What?
Wait, I'm so
Beecher
confused.
dies immediately.
2 or 1.
All right.
Beecher.
So Grimble goes, oh, and he jumps, and then he goes, oh, and you hear him fall.
No!
Like, basically, you jumped down to this spot that looked like it was rubble with like a timber, and he basically falls down a hole.
Oh my god. Can I transform into a snake?
Oh,
no, wait.
Feather fall.
But hold on, slow down. You don't, it's not like he's like, ah, it's like, ah.
Oh, so it's not that far.
It's not that far.
So if we
That's what I was
like
gonna say.
jumped,
Like,
in
you don't
ourselves-
take damage. It was
Okay.
like a 6 foot fall.
Okay.
Oh,
We can
so
grab
yes.
him.
How tall is he?
I'm
He's a dwarf.
He's a dwarf, like 4
I'm
foot.
5'1".
I'm really tiny,
Oh,
but you
but
guys
like
can
if
link.
you, yeah, we'll be able to get him out.
You can get him.
So, you are in a hole. The best way to describe it is if somebody dug a hole underneath rubble and there was like dirt and rocks, that's where you are. But there's a little tunnel.
I'm going in that tunnel.
Okay.
Even wait
Yeah,
No.
we have
Hey,
to.
you can tell us.
They're standing, you guys like move up and look down.
Yeah.
So you see him, like move your eyes up to where he is. And you see him like he's down in this hole. There's dirt and rubble. He's like, "Argh," and, like brushing like rubble out of his beard. Now you have dark vision.
Yes, 60 feet.
They don't, but
do.
you could see just from the sunlight coming down, you could see in this pit, and you could see that there's like a tunnel that goes north.
I'm gonna get on my hands and knees and go in that tunnel.
Okay. Quick point. Your shield went clang, clang, but it's like above still. Now, are you just fine with leaving it there? Or
I'm gonna grab your shield.
I'll
that
grab
you-
it and then hand it down to him.
Yeah.
all right. Now you can't really crawl with your axe and your shield, so you're gonna
yeah,
have to
no.
sling your shield and then like kind
Yeah.
of-
Yeah.
Okay, so how far do you crawl? Because it seems to go for quite a ways, and it's kind of going on not a drastic slope down, but just a grade of maybe like 8 degrees.
hey,
Like it's kind
Could
of a
I
slope.
do a perception check to see if I hear anything?
Yes.
Can we all do that?
Yes.
5.
19 plus
13.
5, 24.
8 plus
Perception?
what?
I hear
Perception?
something.
It's 14.
Plus 4. 12.
You guys don't hear anything.
Do you want my pickaxe?
You hear
Just in case. It's like Minecraft.
like this. This is what you
I
hear
never
like
used it
really
last
far
time.
away.
Wait, guys, shh, listen.
This is what you hear. Really far away you hear this.
It's water.
Oh, it's water, yeah.
Water.
So should we keep going? Or?
So maybe this was like an old well or something, or like
Maybe.
because aren't we in a desert?
You're gonna keep going?
This is like ASMR. ASMR D&D.
All right.
do
So
it.
My name
you heard that.
ASMR.
They're all like
Carl.
so
Sorry, we're listening.
you heard it.
Did I hear it?
So I tell
No.
them, I say, hey guys, I hear like water like really far down. I hear it dripping.
Yo, Carl, I bet if you gave me some inspiration, I'd delve deeper.
I can't sing, but that would have been cool, right? If I could.
Yeah. You can sing. Just do it. Anyone can
Come
sing.
from the land of the ice and snow.
That's great. That's what I do. I sing immigrant song for Beecher. So I do that.
Oh,
for
I'm
inspiration.
gonna
You
get
were
pumped.
revved up.
I'm
Revved.
I'm delving deeper. That got me amped.
You keep crawling.
Hey,
does
Now
the-
you have gone to a point now where you're at least 50 feet down this tunnel,
We should have tied
and
a
it's
rope to it.
there are like
Yeah.
tree
We
roots,
don't have rope.
like kind of every once in a while, kind of perforating the tunnel. This is not like I'm not even gonna make you make a roll from a dwarven perspective, but like you're like this is not a well-built tunnel. Like this is a crappy dugout tunnel that's old, and like every once in a while there's like 3 boards, but that's it. Like this is not a.
Well, how tall is
Like
this?
to
Like
hold
how
it
big
up.
Oh,
is
to
it?
hold it up.
It's big enough. Like she could walk through it. You, could crouch and walk through it.
Okay.
He would have to crawl. He would have to crawl. It's like at most like 4 foot high.
How tall am I? 3?
You're like 3.
You're so small.
That was my whole
I'm
childhood.
gonna turn back and get back up.
Okay. So you kind of have to like inchworm around to get yourself turned around, and mainly just your axe, in the way, and then you go back up.
What if we prayed to the
Oh, by the way.
water goddesses?
There's a water god.
I'm sorry.
Sake is-
Make a perception. Make a perception roll. I forgot when you were down there.
20.
Give him the die. Give him the die.
Oh.
yes!
Trade in
Skull
your dice.
splitter. Skull splitter.
So you
We need like a song.
You
to, like,
definitely,
insert.
Grimble, as you were like on the verge of
Tony?
like, I've gone far enough, I'm going to go around. I'm going to turn back.
Oh.
When you go to turn back, as your ear turns, you actually hear the water dripping sounds and even something more because you rolled a nat 20. You heard like a bubbling like of a creek.
What do you mean a
Further
bubbling
down,
of a
like the water, like the sound of water flowing, like further down
Let's
the
keep
tunnel.
going.
We should
I'm gonna-
yell that up to us.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna yell up. I'm gonna go, I found a spring! And then,
I want to look around on land to see if there's any like creek in this
Same,
like area
yeah.
around. Like
Let's
just to,
roll.
I
like
also
we
think-
just need to be able to like look like if
Um,
it's a clear opening.
I'll
said.
tell you this
Roll.
without being it's too much spoon feeding. It's pretty flat land.
So there's
But if you climbed a tree, you might have enough height to be able to like see further out. Because right now you're kind of walking through like prairie and grasslands. But if you wanted to be able to see, if you climbed a tree, you could actually see a lot, kind of more of the topography.
yeah, I'm gonna climb a tree.
All right, roll
Or,
athletics.
how's
I'm
your
not.
athleticism? I'm pretty athletic.
Roll.
Mine is 0, so I'm not gonna climb the tree.
14.
Okay.
I don't know. It hit the.
Do I climb the tree successfully?
Is this an athletics roll?
Yeah.
14 plus 5, 19.
All right, put your minis up in the tree.
I say, watch this, princess, as I climb the tree.
Okay. So you guys
Watch
climb
this,
up.
princess.
Yeah, Max, you're up there.
Yep.
Now I'm going to let you make a perception roll with advantage.
Okay, so
That means you roll 2 of the d20s, and you take the higher of the 2.
What are we doing now?
19,
like a sharp there.
Probably going to take that one.
Okay,
11.
Okay,
sorry.
so you do not see a creek, but you do see something weird from this vantage point.
It's not like a mirage or anything?
No,
Because, okay.
it's about 100 yards north of you.
Okay.
You just notice that like there's a track of the land where it's just greener, like it's high grass and prairie and stuff, but then like about 100 yards up there's like a run
Water.
where it's like a lot greener and there's different plants kind of growing in that spot, and and then it seems to go back to like
It's
the
like a
same
swamp.
kind of
It's like a swamp,
prairie.
right?
Okay, guys, there's something odd up ahead, about 100 yards. It's just greener, and there's different plants
And
there.
now that he points it out, you see what he's talking about. You're like, oh yeah, like it kind of dips down a little bit, not drastic, but like you could see that there's definitely like a plant variety difference and a color difference. Like it's
So I think we should get Grimble out of the tunnel, just because we don't know if there's anything like toxic or whatever underground.
so you're coming back.
I want to
right?
keep going.
You want it?
I want
Okay.
want
I'll
someone to
go
come with
him.
me.
Yeah, because I'm tiny.
Yeah.
I just
Okay.
walk, so I'll
yeah,
go with him.
so
Okay.
Do I roll?
You're just
Dungeon
gonna
dwellers.
jump down.
All right,
So
let's
just
go.
make an acrobatics check for me.
0. Oh wait,
No.
4.
Yeah, you're pretty good at that. Roll. Okay,
9.
so you just hop down.
Yeah.
Now you're down there, and then you just start walking down the tunnel.
Okay.
You're like,
I'll lead the way with the shield
Okay.
in front of me.
you
So
have night
the
vision,
problem
so-
is that you get like 10 feet in and you're like, I can't see you because it's pitch black.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, let's fix
you
that.
need to light a torch.
Okay, I think I have one of those.
I have a
Okay.
tinderbox
Did I?
and
Yes.
a torch.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll use that. Do I
Okay.
have to roll to light it or?
No.
Oh, okay.
So you spark up a torch. You're carrying the torch.
Okay, yeah.
And you're leading.
Because he has night vision.
Yeah. So you guys continue. So what I'm going to have you do is put your 2 minis like up further north a little bit. There you go. So you're in the tunnel. You're going along. Are you guys still on the tree?
Get out of the tree.
Okay. You climb down from the tree. Max, same thing with you.
what?
Down.
Yeah.
Off your
Okay.
phone.
Sorry.
All
Yeah,
right. So
myself.
you guys climb down. The lead princess guard comes up to you and she's like, "Is there some reason for alarm? What have you discovered? What's going on?"
We're just surveying the land. We don't think there's anything going on, but we just want to make sure for the princess's safety.
Well, let's not delay too long. We don't want to be
We'll be quick.
caught out in the open.
We'll be quick.
All right, so you guys wait there. So you guys keep going, and sure enough, like about 100 yards, you kind of get to this point where you can hear the water clearly, like the sound of like some kind of water flow, and you could smell it, and it's not too bad. It's like a kind of stale smell, but it's not like sewer, which you're familiar with.
Yeah.
But it's it's like a water flow and a kind of a dampness, musky smell. And you get to kind of a rocky surface, and there's like almost like an underground tunnel, like a naturally formed kind of smooth rock underground tunnel with like a stream.
Cute.
And the roof of this tunnel has like roots poking through it, and there's, kind of like a lot of like moss growing around it.
Dang. I want to do something with this, or where does the stream lead? Does it lead?
So it actually, you guys are heading north. The stream leads east and west. So it's coming. The water is flowing from the west to the east.
I'm not gonna lie, I want to go down this stream, but we gotta do something about this princess.
What time is it right now?
It's middle of the day, like 3 p.m.-ish.
Oh, we had lunch yet?
Yeah, you guys
Second
stopped.
lunch?
You had lunch, not second.
Is there any sign of like man-made things down
Make
there?
a perception roll. You can both do that. Heather, you can too, since
Okay.
you're holding a torch.
14
18.
plus perception, 5. So 19.
You see clustered with stones around it. There's like a wooden stake in the ground, like
What do we do?
kind of near the edge of the
Yeah.
creek, and looks like it's been there for a long time. And there's rope like looped around it, and the rope goes down into the water. Like the kind of thing that
Scuba
would
diving.
hold a boat, like
Yeah.
that kind of like a thick chunk of wood, and then there's rope, but the rope, instead of holding a boat that's sitting right there, it's just going into the water.
Pull the rope.
Tempting me too
Should we
much.
just keep pulling the rope and see what happens?
Yeah,
There's
I'll
a
pull the rope.
skeleton on
I think we
there.
should. I think we should pull
yeah.
the rope.
You're like, oh, we'll just pull, and
Yeah.
it's like, there's something that's heavy, so you
Oh
can
my
make a
God,
strength check.
It's probably a body. Strength, I have.
18.
You start muscling it up,
11.
like you're like,
Oh,
you're like putting your legs and your back into it and leaning into it,
Yeah.
and you're pulling, and you hear like there's something creaking underneath, and you're like there's something like kind of scraping.
Oh, does
and
the rope
creaking.
go under the water?
Yeah,
like
it goes-
it's into the.
Yeah, it's
we
in the
can't see
water.
it.
Now you don't know how deep the water is. You guys can.
Yeah.
try
How
that.
wide is the stream?
It's about 10 feet.
And we're still like in the tunnel.
You keep pulling, and
Beecher, let's
it's
just keep pulling and see what happens.
whatever
Yeah.
it is heavy, and you could keep pulling, and as you're pulling, the rope snaps,
No.
and you could figure out why. It's old, like
Yeah.
Beecher, I
and
bet you there's a body.
it's like
I
A
wanna see
body
this
wouldn't
body.
make that rope
the
snap.
rope
It's
snaps,
old.
and
Why would
it
someone
comes free, and you
put a
could
body on
see
a rope?
like the rope is all that rope that had been sitting underwater was just rotting the whole
Yeah.
time. So it's whatever you
my
were
God.
pulling up
Should we
is
scuba
has
dive
snapped.
down?
Are we like touching the water? Like is my
Well,
foot
so
in the
this
water?
is what I'll tell you. You look at the rope,
Yeah.
and like you hand like the snapped end to her, and she walks up the tunnel. It's 30 feet of wet rope. There's 30 feet that you pulled up before it snapped.
Oh
It's
my
Can I-
God, we shouldn't. We're
I'm
gonna
just
die.
I'm gonna like stick my face in the water and try keep my eyes open and see
Your
if I can
your
see
dark
anything.
vision works, so you're able to see, and you see like what you see is like this very rocky, surface basically that goes down. Like it's not like a gentle. Like if you're like, I step out and walk across the river, it's not like a gentle. It's like a straight up drop down the rocky thing, and as deep as your dark vision goes, is as deep as you see. Like you don't see
60 feet.
you don't see a bottom. You're like, I'm pretty sure 60 feet under this. You're like, blah, blah. And that's what you tell her what you see.
It's deep. It's
So what do we
definitely more than
do?
60 feet.
Can I yell into the tunnel? To these-
Sure.
Well, yeah, we should like yell back.
Hey, the Princess Guard is getting antsy up here. Can you guys wrap it up?
You hear nothing because you're 100 yards away.
Good. That's successful. I yell really loud.
I want to go down deeper in this.
You
but
can
I
make a
have,
perception roll. If you roll total over a 20, I'll let you.
15
Oh, maybe.
plus, what's my perception? I think my perception's 5. Yeah,
Hey.
20.
From far away, you
Yeah.
hear like, you can't hear what he's saying,
Yeah.
but you can hear like somebody yelling from up the tunnel.
Okay, I got a kind of crazy idea.
Oh.
What if a water skin's like a water bag
Yeah.
kind of? Okay. What if we fill the water skin with air? I dive down there
Scuba
Oh
dive.
my god.
and then see how
You
far
think
I
you
can
can
go.
swim like
What happens if
80
you don't
feet?
make it? Beecher. Wait. Oh, I can't swim.
Why can't you swim?
You
It's
could be
an
a fish.
athletics roll.
I'm saying, no, I'm
Wait.
saying my
No, she
animal
can't be something that can
morphing.
swim
Oh.
yet.
I can't
Oh,
swim. I was
yeah.
going to turn
I
into
just
a
lost
fish.
something.
God. I'm so angry.
Wait a minute, it's water. Do you know who else likes water?
Water
literally
goddess.
said Vuse. I literally
Should I
said that
pray to
earlier.
her? Okay, I'm going to pray to
Yeah.
Vusake.
Pray to Vusake because every time you guys do that, great things happen.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
especially when you're in
pray.
a.
Which ones
Who's
do I
this
pray?
Vuse?
These
Vusake.
two.
Vusake is the goddess of water.
It's like
Okay.
the main central theme of last.
I'm
So
gonna
your
pray to
character would
her.
know that Vusake, there's basically 4 gods, each representing an element. Vusake in this region, Vusake is like, and everybody worships all 4 gods,
Yeah.
but like Vusake is kind of
We're by ports.
the most patronized
Are
of
they-
the 4, primarily because the
Okay.
the
I'm
spiritual
ready.
and governmental leader of the kingdom you're in
Barticus.
is
I'm ready.
Dragonborn, who his title is the Chosen of Vusake.
Are
Bill?
these gods merciful?
They're pretty cool. They like
tend
helped
to be
us a
neutral.
lot.
They could
Bill,
be
I'm
merciful
ready.
or wrathful.
That's how I killed all
I'm
those
ready.
people
I'm gonna
last
pray to
season.
Vusake.
The storm.
What are you gonna pray,
Because
Heather?
I prayed to her.
I'm gonna
Wait,
say-
wait for crossover. All right, Heather.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to say, please, water goddess Vusake, please, we really,
It's gone.
Keep going. This will be
really,
awesome.
really need your help right now because the water is too deep and my level is not high enough to transform into a fish. So can you please cast
This is a
me,
shit show.
cast me the power to turn into a fish so I can swim down to the bottom and see what is happening at the bottom because the rope broke because it was rotting.
All right.
And Grimble and I are trying so hard, Vusake. We really want to keep your legacy going, but I need to be a fish first.
You couldn't be like, can we breathe
Okay,
underwater?
so-
Can we breathe the water?
So wait. You're not there, but this is what's gonna happen.
Can I
So
roll?
Heather, you're gonna make the percentile roll.
Okay, I'm gonna roll the little one first.
That's how you do it.
For suspense.
Okay, I have
4.
4. Now what's the tens?
Please be 10.
Yeah, you're not getting that.
94. You're like saying this, and there isn't even a ripple
Nothing
of water. You feel like maybe Vusake can't hear you.
Should I
this
try
far
again?
underground.
I lean into the tunnel and yell, what?
Spare us all.
Because I think she's talking to me.
Should I try again?
No.
Dang.
All right. So
I'm
are,
conflicted.
are you? Is anybody going back up to the surface to relay information? Because you did
Yeah.
you heard somebody. You weren't sure if it was Carl
We
or
should
Drake.
stick
I
together.
start
We should
clapping
just go
into
back.
the tunnel, just like a lot of clapping.
Maybe we should tell the
Okay,
goddess.
you guys hear like echoes of
Yeah,
clapping.
let's tell the goddess what happened.
I'm gonna do an impulse move right here.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna take off my heavy armor,
Yes.
so
Okay.
I'm not like sinking.
That takes a little bit of time, but go ahead.
And then I'm gonna take my water skin bag and
Yes.
try and close that thing so it's just air. And I'm gonna dive into the water.
Okay. So you're going to try to swim to the bottom.
Wow.
I'm gonna get like 20 feet down, and then come back up.
Okay.
And then
All right.
check and keep looking down to see if
Maybe-
you ever
maybe you'll
see
get
the
close
bottom.
enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're
Okay.
20 feet down, maybe there's
Yeah,
only another
that's
10
the-
feet.
I mean, that's
yeah.
the-
Yeah.
Fair
Because you
enough.
can see 60 feet.
Yeah.
So
You can do this.
you just make a it's a pretty simple athletics check.
I'm gonna stay
Anything
there
over
with
a
him.
10 is
In case he
just
drowns.
absolutely
I
fine.
have to save him.
12.
You're fine.
Cool.
You swim down probably a good 20 feet, and you could see from there a murky bottom. Like there are rocks, there's like pieces of rotting wood.
So it's like
you see
80
like
feet.
a frame of a rotting like boat, like a small like paddle boat, canoe style boat. And then you see, it looks like something fell on the bottom and stirred up muck from the bottom, so it's kind of cloudy. But you could see the bottom.
All right, I'm not messing with it. I'm going right
swim
back up
back
to the top.
He
Yeah.
comes back up like 10 seconds
Yeah.
later,
Okay.
and he's
so
wet.
there's like,
Oh yeah.
it's like gross and murky and stuff,
Yeah.
but like, there's kind of like a cloud of murk,
So
and
whatever
I got
we
scared and came back.
So whatever we dropped, whatever broke, is like down at the bottom.
Oh,
like the
I bet we
rope,
like lifted that thing up.
the
what if
rope
it
that
was-
we snapped fell and made like the murk. So we should figure out what that is.
Go down farther. I want to
Should
go
you
down
just
farther.
go? Try. What's your
Uh,
like athletics? Mine's 0, so
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Try.
go full send.
yeah, full send,
And
full
then-
sport.
Go down like
Full send summer.
40 feet.
Okay.
Try
You
to
can
see
hold
if you
your
can
breath
see what it
for
is.
a number of minutes equal to 1 plus your Constitution modifier.
4.
5 minutes?
Well, no, I have a Constitution modifier of 3, so it'd be
Oh.
4 minutes, which
That's
is
a lot.
that's massive.
yeah, that's kind
You're
of
just
ridiculous.
a beast.
That's a lot.
All right, so really
So
it's just
ridiculous.
about your swimming speed.
Which?
What's your normal speed?
25. So it'd be.
Do we have speed in this game?
Swim
30.
speed.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
can do it.
calculate how long it would take. Okay, you could easily swim down to the bottom.
And back up.
Oh, sure.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Don't
So,
drown at the
gotta
bottom.
Just make me an athletics roll. Make me one to swim down.
Yeah, I'm gonna swim down very, very cautiously.
Okay,
18.
you're fine.
Oh man.
You get down to the bottom, and in fact, as you get closer, you see like there must have been some little paddle boat, rowboat thing that rotted and sunk because its frame is there, and there's like algae. You see fish
Yeah.
swimming around,
Like this.
and then that cloudy area kind of has settled, and as you're getting closer, you see there's a big chest, like,
Loot.
and it's
Open it,
got
open it,
metal. It's got metal banding around it, and like a lock and chains around it, but most of that metal stuff is rusted, but the wood and the metal still is intact, and it looks like it was like when you see as you get
we were
closer,
pulling it up.
you see a knot and like rope wrapped around it in 4 directions, and then the broken rope that snapped.
Can I try and crowbar it open?
Or should we bring it back up?
If you
can't
want
bring
to
it
swim,
back.
back,
No,
if you want
but
to
like-
swim back up and get
That's what I'm saying.
your crowbar and
you
then
have a
swim
crowbar?
back down, you can.
Yeah, I'll come back up
Okay.
and then say to you guys like, there's a.
There's no you guys. It's her.
Heather, I'll
me.
say there's a sick chest down there that I want to open. So
Pause. You guys are at the surface,
Yeah.
and it has been many minutes, and you have not heard back despite yelling down and despite clapping.
But what I'm
so what do
saying
you
is-
guys do?
Should
I'm
they
getting
swim down
impatient.
with Bring it
I'm
up.
getting.
Pause.
Can I crawl through the tunnel? Can I
Yes.
squeeze?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
I'm
crawl.
getting
My-
real antsy. I turn to like the princess and her like princess guardians.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the plot. No need for alarm. I'm just gonna check this out real quick, make sure everything's okay.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. And I'm
I'm-
gonna get in there.
I'm going to go with. However, I think I'm going to offer up to the group that one of them can come with us, just so they
I don't
don't
know if we have
think
enough.
that.
I don't think they don't
Just
trust.
the lead
Do they
princess
trust us
guard.
or
The
no?
lead princess guard is like, you will go nowhere.
Okay, so
you are a guardian of whose sake.
And you don't have
You will
dark
stay here
vision.
with us.
I do.
Okay.
And in fact, why don't you climb up the tree again and make sure there's no ambushes happening?
Okay. Do I have to make an athletics roll?
No, you're good enough.
I have
You
dark
climb up the
vision, so I'm
tree.
gonna get
You're up there for several minutes looking in all directions. You see no one approaching except a horde of dwarves. No, I'm just kidding. You see no one approaching. Carl, you crawl down there?
Yeah.
You have dark vision?
I do have dark vision.
You're a tiefling?
Yes.
All right. You get down there, and as you get down there, you see Milo's like totally dry. and there's a pile of armor and weapons and backpack and equipment, and Grimble is like swimming, like he's like holding onto like the rocky ledge, and there's like a river, not a rapidly moving river. It's like very slowly moving underground river.
Lazy
and
river.
He's like in the water, and he's like, I think I want to, So you basically, he gets
I
there
wanna
just
open
when
that
you're
chest.
saying.
Tell
what
him
you're
what
saying.
happened. Tell him what
Hey
happened.
guys, what?
There's a chest with a lot of treasure down there, and we need to crack
You
that
know
baby
there's
open.
treasure in there? There's
There has
What
to
else
be.
would be in a chest that's wrapped in chains?
A body.
okay.
And it's all rotted, and we tried to pull it up, but the rope
Do you-
snapped.
Well, would you like my pickaxe to open it up? I have a pickaxe.
Darn right I would.
I hand him my pickaxe. He takes
Okay.
it.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna like put my crowbar in like my belt loop.
Okay.
And I'm going back down under.
All right, make another roll.
Can I swim that good too? Because I'd like to join
It's
him.
up to you.
18.
Okay, you
If
easily
need
make
a
it back
helping
down there.
hand, I'll help you out.
You're swimming. You get down to the bottom. You took a good breath. You have the pickaxe or the crowbar. Now there is a lock. There are chains. So what do you want to work on first? The chains are wrapped around the entire chest. So even if you popped the lock, you'd still have to figure out a way to take the chains off.
Aren't they like rusted?
I'm gonna
They are rusted, so he can make. All he has to do is make a strength check.
Oh.
It's not
I'm
like he's
gonna-
lock picking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and
Pry.
like pry off pry some stuff broken.
Okay, make a strength athletics check. You're basically just gonna leverage
Athletics or strength?
athletics.
12.
You start prying off the chains, which are rusted, and your crowbar pokes through the top of the wood.
Oh.
You're trying to use it for leverage, and the wood's rotted, and you
Yeah.
basically break through part of the top.
Oh, just
It's not all broken. It's just like a
hit
chunk of
just hit
it.
the wood.
Oh, I'm getting kind of nervous, but I'm gonna keep breaking it.
The wood?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
So you
might be
pound
evil
through and you leverage, make another roll.
Do you than the chains?
17.
You break off a huge piece of the top of the wooden box.
I'm
you
gonna look
can,
in.
You could actually look in now.
I'm looking in.
Okay.
There's
So-
like nothing.
Inside the box, you see another box.
Frick.
Now, the other box, let me describe the other box to you. The other box is not made of wood. You're not sure what it's made of, if it's stone or metal, but it has a kind of a grayish,
Just grab it.
Well-
a grayish look to it, like a metal or stone. You're not sure. If it is stone, it's polished, like almost like granite.
Yeah.
Where it's almost not shiny, but like polished. So you're not sure if it's metal or if it's stone. But there's another box in this treasure chest. thing.
probably
Does my
stone because
times
the
2
metal would've-
proficiency bonus on stonework related
Yeah.
history checks?
You may
help
now
me?
make that check.
Wow, he knows a lot.
Yeah, it's called reading what your race can do, Carl.
6, 10.
Beecher, just grab the box and swim back up.
Okay, you don't know what this material is, but you're pretty sure it's not stone.
I'm
She's
just gonna-
into metal and stuff.
I'm just gonna grab it.
She's so hot.
I'm gonna try it, like grab it and then swim up.
Okay, make one more
Athletics.
check.
God, I'm
Wait,
so excited.
make one more check, but it's a dex saving throw.
No! Hate this. 8. I got bit.
No.
What is he rolling?
You take 1 damage, but more importantly, you're in a trap.
Oh my god.
Your hand is caught, like, and it's basically
127 hours.
Imagine a bear trap that like has clamped from the inside, like when you started pulling the box.
Oh yeah.
They're,
Shoot.
like
Well, shoot.
metal teeth ripped out and like grabbed you, and now you're trapped.
Beecher, I have the healing things. You need to
He's underwater, Milo.
meta moment. I have healing, so you just do what you gotta do.
If he loses
I'm-
a hand, you can't heal
you
his
Just
hand.
saw your wrist. off.
No, I'm
It's
gonna.
like 127.
So am I just like grabbed her on the? Okay. And is it a clear bear trap? Just like.
It's similar in design.
D&D bear.
Yeah.
D&D
It's
Yeah.
bear
not-
trap.
A bear trap would have been like you
Bear
pressure
strength?
plated
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah,
So
but,
this
like-
is the reverse. As you pulled the box up,
I
that's
see.
what
I see.
triggered
I
it.
see. I'm
And-
going
and,
to.
And the clamp came from the sides, so you're like you got a free hand, but
Yeah.
your main hand is just trapped inside the.
Is there
Trap.
a sturdy ground below me?
Yes, there's mucky rock.
I'm just gonna like bend down
And
with
just-
all my leg might, grab the bear trap with my other hand, and just
For yourself.
yes, or not free myself, just stand up, yank, like try and get it out of
Okay.
the
And,
chest.
And like swim back up with the
You
Yeah.
make a
trap?
strength.
Yeah.
Make a strength check.
Oh my god.
20.
Okay.
Oh my god.
You
He's so strong.
you successfully rip. You rip the. You rip yourself out of the rotting chest.
Yeah.
Okay. In so doing, you take 2 more damage because you're now like like your
Yeah.
teeth of the trap are like just shredding your
Oh,
skin.
yeah.
You're like, oh, it hurts. But you successfully, you're not even holding the box. But
And then
you have a bear trap on one
reaches in
wrist,
with the other
and now
hand
your
and
other
bear
hand's
trap.
free.
I'm gonna try and grab it with
Yeah.
my other
Okay.
hand.
So you grab the other hand.
What if another
and then
bear
I'm
trap
gonna
comes?
swim up.
All right, so you start swimming. Make one more athletics check because it's a little challenging because you're holding the box in one hand, you got a bear trap on the other.
I'll heal you.
22.
Okay.
Oh, these dice are
You,
fire.
you successfully.
Thank you, Skull Splitter.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vance. Vance.
So you
Vance
successfully
refrigeration.
make it to the surface. So here's the first thing you guys see. You're like waiting in anticipation.
Yeah.
And where's my counter? 5, 6. Like over 30 seconds have gone by, and he's never gone down this long. So you're kind of starting
Okay.
to worry. But then
Yeah.
like there's a splash, and you see like one hand comes up, and there's a box in the hand that clings on the ground.
Yeah.
And then the other hand comes up, and there's a trap around the wrist, and it's bleeding.
Ah!
And then the bearded dwarf rises from the surface
Okay, I
of
need
the
to
water.
heal him. I need to heal him.
And there's like muck and algae in his beard.
Get it off my hand!
All right, so it's literally anybody can take it off of his
Yeah.
hand. You just have to make a strength check.
Yeah, I'm probably stronger. than
You, yeah. I
I'm
know.
not that strong.
Heather's stronger than you.
Oh, I'm stronger than you.
Really?
Carl, you have the worst strength of all.
Do I?
But that's fine.
How's-
You're
I got a
You're a lover,
16.
not a fighter.
16,
You
and my
have
strength
no
is
idea.
It's
11.
good. So Milo's like, hold on, and she pulls the trap open just long enough for you to pull your wrist out, and it's.
And then it closes on my
Yeah.
face.
Do you healing him?
Yeah, I have to heal him. What do I do?
You can do healing
You
word
heal.
I'm gonna do healing word. 1d4
plus bonus. Yeah.
plus 3. Wait.
Yes.
What?
Or you could be a dick and just make a bunch of good berries and be like, here you go. You just throw.
Wait, do I roll a bit? Why do I not?
You just roll a d4.
Still fix the
Okay.
problem.
There
4
you go. 7.
plus 3.
You're healed.
Full health,
You got
baby.
7. Wait, that's like more than he lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
So you pull yourself up. Now you're on the rocky surface next to Ralof and
What
Milo.
happened down there?
Okay, so there's the chest I told you guys about.
Yeah.
And actually, you could just break in through like the side, the shitty wood. Then when I tried to go grab this box,
You
I'll
see
show
the
you
box
the
to
box.
which he is referring. It is.
Good box.
You guys aren't sure if it's metal or
looks
stone,
like this.
but
Yes.
it made a metal
It
sound.
looks like this.
Well, no, it's a lot bigger.
Oh, okay.
It would be like.
Is
Do
this
I
a
have a
D&D
similar
puzzle
box? It would be like. Oh,
We open it and it's a bunch of players' handbooks.
it'd be like this, like,
Oh.
but a
fun.
little.
Little
Yeah.
figurines
Taller,
Yeah,
inside.
right?
Thicker.
So the crazy thing about this box is there's no banding, there's no like hinges. You don't see anything on the outside. You don't even see a lock. You don't even see a hole to put a key in it.
Just a square, basically.
You just see like a metal or stone. You're not sure, but it made a metallic stone like
Maybe
sound.
she can open it.
And
Can I have my pickaxe back real
and
quick?
he slammed it down and it was like clang. It was like the same sound as his metal shield
don't
made,
break it.
right?
when I
Oh,
put my
shit.
hand
Knows
in the
what it is.
chest, I got a
There's
bear trap.
A bear trap. A D&D bear trap.
Yeah. And then, so I just used my burly muscles
Yeah,
and
you have those.
muscled my way out of there.
Wish I
And
was there
then
for
we're
that.
back at the top.
Awesome. Well, we should
Making
probably get
money.
out of here because
Let's
they're
go.
very upset that
All
we're
right,
taking so long.
I'm gonna put on all my gear, grab the box.
I'm gonna
we
help
out-
him put
we
on
outta
his
here.
gear so he
Yeah.
gets there faster.
We head out.
All right.
I still have my torch.
Okay.
We can still see in the dark.
How big is this box?
So who's
We
carrying the
already
box?
said it's like
I'm
this,
carrying
but
it.
a little
It's
bit
my
taller.
box.
All right, so
Not
you
listening.
guys get
No, I'm
back to the hole,
tired.
and you come up, you crawl out, and the princess is there, and her guard's there. Drake, you see them. You come down from the tree. You see Grimble's still like damp, like he's like his hair and his beard are all wet. but he's armored and he's carrying this box. So it looks like a gray metallic square, cube, rectangle, but you don't see any external kind of things on it. There is a seam, you know what I mean, like a lid,
Yeah.
but you don't see a keyhole, locks, hinges.
We can't open it. We can't pry it open.
You want to try?
Trying to.
I'm too scared to break it.
You're right. Wait.
I think we should go get this appraised by some like archmage or something. Someone I can.
Well, you are heading to the capital city, so
wow.
you would be able to find people there. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to do
Yeah,
that.
I'm
Or you
gonna
could beat
put
at
it in my
try to
backpack.
pry it open.
I know.
I'm gonna put it in
Princess
my.
knows a lot about
I'm gonna
stuff.
put it in my backpack,
Ask her.
and then,
Before
or I'm
you-
gonna ask her. I'm gonna
Yeah.
ask her if she
Okay.
knows it. If
Show
she
it to
sees
her.
The princess.
Tell her
So,
you found
I
this.
found this box at the bottom of a very deep creek in
It's like,
a
that is
small.
extremely odd. Don't you think?
We said yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What was it in? Like, what was there?
Treasure
It was a chest that was wrapped in chains.
We found some stream below the ground. Very strange. No explanation to where it's from or where it's going, but there
And
seemed
there
to be
was-
some form of man-made structures down
And
there
there
as
was
well.
there was a rotting boat at the bottom, and
There was a round boat at the bottom.
there was a like this chest, and it was tied to a rope, tied to like a stake right at the edge of the water. And so we tried pulling up the rope, but it was like rotting, and so it snapped. And so Grimble swam down to the bottom and found out that it was a chest, so he broke it open and got this box out of it. But we don't know what
There's
it is.
also a bear trap.
And
a
his
D&D
hand
bear
got caught in a
trap.
bear trap, but I healed him.
A D&D
So he's fine now, but we don't know what this box is. Do you know what it is?
Nope. She's like, I've never seen
Thank you.
anything like this. It
Print-
looks like some kind of a metal.
What
She
should we
like taps
do?
on it and it makes a metallic sound.
I'll say, well, sorry for the hold up, and I'll put it in my backpack, and we'll continue on.
Very well.
Princess, I grow tired of just calling you princess and ma'am. What is your name? What can I refer to you as?
I am Charis Ah.
Oh, Prince, that's not gonna work for me. What is it again? One more time.
Charis Ah.
We're just gonna call you Shar, okay?
No.
No?
You will call me by my proper name and
Charis Rar?
R.
Charis
Ah.
Ah.
Charis Ah.
Charissa.
Charissa.
Sarisha.
Charisha.
We're gonna stick
like
with princess.
Charissa.
The leader
call
of the
her
guards is
Teresa.
like, let's go, move on. No more talking to the princess. Pick up the pace.
We got it,
You've
okay.
slowed us down enough with your foolishness.
Like Charissa?
Wait, was he saying that I was the foolish one or our
She-
group?
Just
Not the
keep
princess. The princess is the
But
captain.
am I the foolish one or
No,
was the group?
like she collectively
Okay.
was saying
Because
the
I was
group.
about to pick a fight.
Pick
if,
a fight.
if I was the
Alright,
fool.
No.
So you guys carry on.
Okay.
Okay, clear that rubble off, hand it over. So you guys travel for
Mission
another
accomplished.
2 hours and uneventful. Oh, by the way, as you crossed over that like area that you guys saw,
Yeah.
it was like kind of wetland, like a little mucky, but then once you got past it, it was normal.
Have I noticed like that it changed at all since our?
You
Underwater adventure.
no. Seems the same. So you guys
And
keep
you
going.
said, so you said it goes north and south, and then east and west the underground channel.
Yes.
Okay, so what
goes
if this
east.
is like a underground like passageway, like because they also had like the really green like marsh or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm thinking along the lines of like it's like a hidden like pathway.
So it's like a transit system.
Yes,
It's like
it's kind of like the Underground Railroad,
Well,
like
I
with
was-
that marker, like above ground. But then underground, you can go do whatever.
Railroad was not an underground railroad.
I know it wasn't underground, but like there were
So,
little
so
like
my comparison was
Yeah.
it's like the
So
L.
And the L.
No underground railroad.
It's like the subway.
Better.
So
it's true.
do you keep going
But it's
north?
subtle.
Let's just keep going in the direction we're going right
So
now.
Yeah.
the way Grimble is estimated the movement of that barbarian horde to avoid them, you have to travel like into the night to a certain point where you can get like cover, and then probably take a rest, and then start to travel northeast.
I'm just so I know on my map. Do I have a map?
Yes.
I'm just gonna mark where all that was.
Okay.
He's so smart. You were so good at this game.
So you guys travel again uneventfully. Another couple hours go by. You could stop and break for dinner, or you can push on until you get to the point where you have some terrain and some cover before you stop and eat.
I say push on.
Yeah. Keep moving.
Okay, so you guys keep going. Night comes. Anybody with dark vision is good to go.
Yeah.
Everybody else has like, there's 2 people in the Princess Guard who have fine lanterns, and they're able to kind of provide light in the range where you guys are. Anybody with dark vision, as you're proceeding through, you're getting within a couple miles, at least, you estimate, of the point where you guys will be able to kind of go up onto this rocky plateau and have some cover and set up a safe camp. Anybody with dark vision, make perception rolls.
Ah, shoot.
5.
6.
Okay.
Rip.
Your, I guess I should, no. All right, so you keep going,
Yeah.
and after a bit, you get to the area where you kind of come up along this little path, and it's kind of like a rocky outcropping that's just up to a hill. And it's not like a mountain. You're like 20 feet up. But it's surrounded by trees, and it's got some good cover, and there's like a place where you can make camp. So you guys
What's he getting from the box?
have,
I don't know.
What's in the box? Classic.
Nice.
you can make a camp. There's one tent.
Aw, cute.
I dibs on the tent with the princess. Sure.
Shut up.
Carl.
God. I'm gonna get there.
That's
Just
your
wait.
guys' tent. This is the tent for the guards.
Still trying to
This
slide
is
in.
the tent for the princess.
Oh,
Are there?
Because she's not sharing with you.
There's.
I love how
not
you
yet.
have tents. That's so cute.
There's
Bill.
trees around us.
Yeah, I know you built
These
that.
are good tents.
These are cute.
I made those using the
Bill.
DM Scotty technique. Yes, there are trees around. So
Okay, I'm going to sleep in a tree.
I want you to put that tree over there.
Okay,
I want
I-
you guys to arrange the tents where you strategically think
Wow.
that you would like them to be.
Did you like Mod Podge paper towels?
We gotta do some strategy here.
Yes.
So this
That's
is our
literally
tent.
what
I
I
want
did.
our tent to be close to. This girl has huge boobs. Sorry.
Let's have a
Sick.
D&D crafting day, and we can like film it.
I
Do you know
want.
how many
Yeah.
people would love that?
Yeah,
want our
exactly.
tent
I love
right.
crafting.
Spread this other terrain out.
Joking. We're going to art school.
Not for
Spread that
painting.
terrain out.
No.
I think this should
I'll be
go.
painting.
I think this should
Like
go,
set design.
kind of like
Oh yeah.
hide in here.
Let's make a D&D
I don't.
movie.
I think that's unstrategic.
Our tent's going in the
Yeah.
tree.
That's our tent's right here, Heather.
Nuh-uh, that's for the guards.
No, this is ours.
Where's
That's
my
the guards.
fire?
I put ours right here by the
I think
princess.
two of
problem
us
with
should
terrain
sleep in
is that
trees,
you
and then
have
we
to-
alternate shifts.
Okay, dibs on in the tent.
I'm sleeping
Me
in
too.
a tent.
Okay.
we don't want to.
Yeah, I
You guys
won't go
have
in
a
the
couple,
tree.
you have a
you have a
bad
crate
idea.
full of food, and you have a couple barrels of like water and ale.
Water.
Water?
They're kind of chilling around.
Is that how you say it? Do you say water?
Water?
Water.
You do. You do say water.
hole.
I forgot.
So they're just hanging out.
Water.
There's some mead. Everyone's drunk.
Oh,
I feel like-
is there alcohol here?
No.
Yes, there's a
Oh,
whole, there's
Grimble.
like
Yes.
Grimble's
All right.
and alcohol
Yeah, I'm gonna.
in the other show.
I am going
there's a
to
whole
feast.
keg of
Grimble's always drunk
I
in
know.
our
Ask that.
Yes.
Is this all lie?
There's also an outhouse. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I went to grab it and put it down. I was like, okay.
How convenient would that be?
Wait, we can just pee on the tree.
I don't know where my fire is. Damn it.
Like on the tree.
Okay.
Make a D&D
I'm a boy.
short.
In lieu of
Make a
this,
little short, like a 2-minute little skit.
Oh, I forget. You don't know what
Like
it's
the-
like to be able to
like
just
the-
pee on a tree.
so here's what I'm gonna do.
Such an awesome.
I don't.
thing.
I can't find my fire, so just put this crystal, this
We're
set
on
of
people's
crystals
lawns.
out.
What
It's
are you
gonna
doing?
be fire. Now,
the
the
best.
guards of the princess would absolutely be somewhere around her encampment, even though their tent is over there. So put a couple, and then you guys sleep.
This is our
I'm
tent. we
near the
decided.
alcohol.
No.
There's 6 of them. They are in the bigger tent. You guys get the medium
Wait,
tent.
are they
The
not the
princess
same
gets her own
size?
tent. So the princess will have
Told you
2
that was
guards
our
with her
tent.
at all times.
Okay. I'd like to walk over to her tent.
Oh, God.
No,
One of the
but-
guardians is like, no, the princess is cleaning up. Go away. Go away with your.
This is important. This
With
is
your
about our
blue
mission.
skin, get
This is
out.
about a blue skin.
When she is ready, she'll talk to
He's
you.
racist.
He's a racist.
Call
She
him
is.
out.
I'd like
she's
to
totally
square
racist.
up. I'd like to puff on my chest and put my hand on my sword.
They're 8
She's like,
strength.
I have a long sword and I will kill you faster than you could possibly imagine. Now,
I
go away.
am good at
The princess is
singing.
naked. She's changing and bathing.
Stop playing
Aw, come
toxic.
on. She's
When
changing.
dinner is served, she will come out.
She's changing and bathing.
Something toxic.
With consent,
You have a
something great could
sick
happen.
mind.
Okay.
They
So
said
you
no.
guys,
No means no call.
I mean,
you guys
he
have
doesn't
your
deny it,
tents
yeah.
set up. About an hour after you've broken camp and gotten all the supplies out, there's food ready.
Can I play some music, just like some
Absolutely.
light music?
Yeah. Let's
right
Does
now,
have
anyone have
everybody's
any
doing-
instruments other than
Sure.
flute?
My
Does
fingers
anybody have
bleed.
any instruments other than the flute? I know how to play several.
I'll
As
start
you're
hitting
asking
my
that,
hammer
the
on
princess
stuff.
emerges from her tent. And by the way, now she has like this majestic blue and gold robe on
I love
with like a
blue.
tiara that has like more gems in it than the town you were born in.
Fingers.
Like it's just her tiara is worth more than everyone you know personally.
I want her
I want you to
so
understand that.
Ew.
All right, she comes out and she's like, I do, and she has a lute. And she begins like tuning the strings to the lute.
Wait,
You gotta-
Princess, what if we have a little collab here? You could play the lute and I could play any other instrument.
Well, Mr. Halfbeard, I told you I was a patron of the arts.
You sure are. Yeah.
Stop.
I want to harmonize with her.
All right, she begins to play, and it's kind of a light, gentle rhythm, and she's kind of like she's creating this chord structure that
Can I bardic
is very
inspiration her?
Very similar to
That's-
dueling banjo.
it's very interesting, but she's just not that good.
She's not that good. Well, I think I
At a
could,
certain point, you're like listening to her, and you're like, oh my god, wait, she's not good at all.
Yeah, but you have to hype her up.
but can I hype her up with bardic inspiration?
You're like, you
can.
sound so great.
Yeah.
bardic
Sure.
inspiration.
Okay.
Shar, you are looking so good, and you're an all-star.
She all of a sudden just starts tearing it up. It's like you know for a fact that like you're the reason why suddenly she has more confidence in her playing.
Oh my god.
And she starts just like laying down some serious riffs and
Is this my
serious
performance for me
Yes.
playing? So that's 18.
yeah. So
So
you
I-
start accompanying her and like
Yeah.
you pick up the rhythms and the chord structure that she's doing and you're playing along and
It's actually just Money by
Yeah.
Pink Floyd.
everybody
Ding, ding, ding,
What-
ding,
I love
ding. Pink
Yeah. So
Carl harmonizes to the riff.
So you are laying that down. Food is served, so everybody may eat free of charge. You don't have to subtract rations from your sheet because they brought a whole ton of food. And it's
So nice.
night has fallen. It is because you live on a Mediterranean island, it is not cold. It's like a nice 65 degrees.
The best. That is the best.
such
and
good temperature.
This whole time I'll be heavily drinking.
Yeah, well, you are in the barrel, like, because none of the guardian priestesses are. So anybody who wants to can tap that barrel, and this is not cheap swill that you're used to.
Grimble, do a
This is
kickstand.
princess. This is princess ale. Like this is like the kind of thing that like rich people take on them
Princess ale.
when they're going to the capital.
Sparkly.
So
Grimble.
now you do notice that there's a bottle.
Yeah.
You're deep into the ale, but you notice that there's a bottle of wine on the stool next to where the princess is playing next to Ralof. We should move closer to the fire.
Oh, where's
So-
Ralof? Let me get next to her.
Yeah, so she has her own bottle of wine, and one of her attendants like pours her glasses in between songs.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and you guys recognize the wine.
Is it
as-
the honeysuck? Honeysuck?
It's not the honeysuckle. It's that premium. Remember the
The stuff we
premium
couldn't
wine,
afford.
like the reserve stuff that you couldn't
Yeah,
afford from the
yeah,
wine
yeah.
festival. It's a bottle of the
Honeysuck. I
reserve.
forgot about the honeysuck.
It's a bottle of the reserve. It's in like a velvet, like a red velvet bag with actual gold like around the edges.
I look to Shar as if I'm asking for her to pour me a glass maybe in between a song.
You know what? She's impressed, Carl.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I really want someone to make like
That's
a
how
highlight
impressed
reel
she
of like our
is.
best moments.
She
That's how impressed she is.
Including
She
the
actually
honeysuck.
doesn't even stop playing the lute. She just looks over at the attendant and like winks twice, and the attendant like pours you a glass of wine and sets it down to you. But you notice, by the way, the attendant is just shooting lasers out of her eyes at
People
you.
are liking that. I'm having
She
fun
is
with
so
this guy.
mad. She's like so mad and jealous,
Oh my
but
God.
she obeys.
I wink at her. Just a little like.
Get a little closer.
So the night continues.
This is working.
At a certain point,
This is
and that point is when the princess has finished the bottle of wine. You have had 2 glasses. She's had like 4, 6. So, but she's a dragonborn, so she could drink all of that by herself.
That's hot.
you enjoy the company of each other, and everybody's been fed, drinks have been had. Make a Constitution check,
Drunk
save,
Are you?
Towards like poisoning.
just towards drunk.
Alcohol poisoning.
Okay. Constitution.
Yeah.
Oh.
Con save.
7.
You're drunk enough to where like you just fall asleep outside for the rest of the night. You pass out.
Oh no.
I'm gonna drag him. I'm going to drag him into a tent. Then.
Okay, as
Aw,
you're
take care of
dragging him,
That's nice.
Good for you.
he's heavy because he's still wearing his armor, but you drag him into the tent. So he's just snoring away.
Yeah.
All right.
He's just like just hammered. So the princess rises. All the attendants rise. Do you stand up when she stands?
Yeah.
No, big baller.
Okay.
Just sit down.
I'm gonna sit down and my legs are spread a little bit, like I'm like man spreading basically.
Okay.
You know,
But in an attractive way.
and then like a sexy.
It's like that movie, like The Mentors or whatever,
She
where they like role play.
she says she simply rises and says, "Good evening, everyone, and thank you for your service today." And she goes into her tent.
Like if you don't stand for the king, you get like kicked out of the
The
role
car-
playing
yes.
game. Is that what
So,
movie is that?
sort of.
Mentors or something.
So there's 2 guards at her tent. There's a guard who's going to stay by the fire, and another guard who's going to stay up at the camp to stay awake. And then 2 of the other guards go to sleep
Question: when is the guard shift change?
every 4 hours.
I'm gonna wait for. I'm gonna
So-
stay up tonight.
Yeah, I need to know who of you guys is staying up and who's going to sleep first.
I'm
So-
not going to sleep at all tonight.
I'm asleep.
Grimble's already
Okay,
asleep.
just
I don't
from a-
have night
From a
vision, so I'm gonna
mechanical
sleep.
thing,
I don't
Carl,
care.
if you don't go to sleep tonight, you will suffer a level of exhaustion,
I
which
will-
has an
I'm gonna
impact on your
sleep
life.
We should all
later, but I'm gonna
sleep.
wait till the next shift change.
Okay, so you're gonna. Okay.
I want to sleep.
Dude,
All right,
she's
so you
probably
go to
asleep
sleep?
too.
Yeah.
You're not-
You go into the
Make a
tent.
move.
Ideas.
Grimble is just.
Grimble's
He is just
passed
passed
out.
out. He reeks of ale.
Ew.
Like,
I'm gonna check on him, make sure he's like breathing.
yeah, he's breathing. He's snoring. That's how you know he's alive.
Bad idea.
All right,
Really bad
Drake,
idea.
staying up for the first watch.
No, I
or-
don't have night vision, so I'm going to go to
Okay.
bed.
All right, so you go to sleep as well.
I'd
You are
like-
staying up?
Yeah.
All right.
Wait.
Perception rolls for the first watch. That's her.
It's my 19.
That's her.
19 plus.
Her.
Oh,
Wow, these
perception.
guards suck.
1. It's 20.
Okay, so you, Carl, during your first shift, you think you hear some movement from like down, like south of where you guys are camped out, like kind of from where you came from.
Who else is awake right now of our party?
1, 2. Oh, nobody.
Nobody, just
But
me.
there's 1, 2, 3, 4 different guard ladies.
I'd like to talk to the closest one to me.
Okay. She's like, yes. What is it?
What's her name?
My name is Linda.
Linda.
Linda,
We go from Charisse to Linda.
Because she doesn't matter. My name is.
Linda. Hi, Linda. How
Yes.
are you? How's your evening going?
I'm just waiting out the night.
That's awesome. Me too. We have so much in common. I hear something actually over from the way we came, and I don't want to investigate alone because
Is
I'm.
this like a trick to get me in bed?
No, believe me, you're not my type. It's. Don't even worry about that.
She's offended.
You are my type. I don't know what to say.
She's offended. She refuses. All right.
I go to the next guard.
She's like, do you want me to go check it out? Is that what this is?
I would like you to accompany me just in case.
Fine. She dips her torch into the campfire.
Yeah.
And she starts walking with you. So you guys head south.
Okay.
Carl grazes for her hand.
You get to kind of, this is like the perimeter of that hilly part.
Okay.
Make another perception roll. She looks out there with her torch. She's like, I don't see anything.
17.
She's like, I don't see anything with her torch. You were looking out there, and to like the very edge of your dark vision, you see something move. It might be an animal or something in the bushes. Like there's like scrub brush and tall grass, and you see like kind of like when you guys came closer with her torch and stuff. She's looking, but you saw something like skitter through and like run away.
Oh, it was probably like a squirrel.
Did you see that?
Squirrel?
Linda?
Where? I saw nothing.
Out in the
There's
brush,
squirrels
there's
in
She's
with my
holding her
dark
torch.
vision, there's something out there, something moving. I think it's just one animal or person, I'm not sure.
Beast. Probably just some animal. I'm sure it's fine.
All right, Linda, you can go back to camp. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna actually keep investigating.
Okay.
Well,
Do you want to
I'm gonna enter like
walk down the?
yeah.
Okay, so you walk down, and you're kind of down along the flatter part of the grasslands now. You kind of walk out to that area where you saw movement. You don't really see anything. I'll let you make a perception roll to see if you kind of search around and see.
That didn't work. We're gonna try.
7.
No, that's a 1. So
I know
you
my
definitely
glasses.
you don't see anything. Like
Okay.
you go out to the area where you see bushes. You
Yeah.
see some tall grass.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear like, nighttime sounds like insects. You hear like a couple like woo, woo, like birds, night birds and stuff.
Woo, that's my favorite bird. Yeah.
Bugs, that
Sure.
kind of stuff.
Okay.
But you don't really
You should
see
bring all your
anything that would, give you any pause or concern.
I'm gonna go back to the camp then.
All right, you start turning around to go back to the camp. Roll initiative.
Me?
Yep.
Oh my God.
Who is that? 2 balls.
Carl, as you're going back from the camp,
Yeah.
2 of the scrub brushes stand up. Two bushes that were on the ground just stand up and attack you.
Oh
And
my
you realize that they're not bushes. They're dwarves caked in mud with weapons, and they had bushes strapped to their backs.
It's Fortnite.
They jump up. They basically ghillie suited you. They
Oh my
jump
God.
up and they attack
Dude, you
you.
just got ghillie suited.
Miss,
Bro,
It's disgusting.
hit.
Dang. Fudge.
Start screaming.
Carl, you take 8 damage as an axe slams into you.
Yeah, I'm
That's a
gonna do
biff.
You do scream because it hurts. You're like, ah! And these dwarves are all up on you.
Do I hear him?
Okay, so
I want to whip out my sword.
Oh, help.
everybody who is sleeping, make a perception roll. You make a perception roll at disadvantage because you're
Disadvantage.
hammered and passed out.
I got a 5 plus
All right,
5, 10.
5.
I got a 10.
2.
I got a 10.
Rip, rip, rip. Guards.
Carl, I'm so
Okay,
sorry.
so the guards hear this scream and start running. Now,
Can they wake us up?
alarm, awaken, alarm. Now wait, you're not awaking immediately. Next round you'll wake up. These 2 run to the edge with their torches and their weapons, and they see Carl being attacked. Okay, now,
Now those 2 other guards, they stay with the princess though, correct?
yes.
Okay, good.
They're gone.
So,
Can I?
Carl, you may go.
Okay.
It's still the first round.
I know. I'm trying to think what I want to do here.
So much information on this.
This paper.
It's very important.
This one says kill Trixie.
Hey, that works.
Jesus.
It did work.
Did you write a note? Mission accomplished?
Yeah.
Complete.
Okay. So
Wait, who did kill Trixie? Was it you?
I think it was Matt. Matt stabbed
Yeah.
her.
Oh,
Matt body.
Bodied her or something. Yeah, you broke
And
her.
then took her body and
Used it to hit
used
Willie.
it to kill Sean.
Wow.
Did
All
we
right.
kill the Void Monk?
Did we kill Sean?
Yes.
No, Sean is not
You
dead.
guys killed the Void
Sean
Monk.
is not dead, Bill.
we
What do you
know.
mean?
Everybody in the
Everyone
comments
in
says
the
he's not
comments
dead.
keep saying he's not dead, and we were
He was
wondering
healed
how
and he
he died.
escaped.
I think he's gonna reappear.
Who healed him?
The Void Monk.
All right.
He's
Um,
smiling.
yeah.
He's
That
gonna
smug
come
bastard.
back.
And that
He's
is the
gonna
end of
come
it.
This is how the
back.
comments ruin it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we knew because
But
Carl
we-
and I were talking about. We're like, he didn't die. Like, why
Yeah.
does Bill keep saying he
You have
died?
the power of 2,000 creative minds.
And then we saw all the comments,
one
and we were like,
area.
they're
I actually,
right. Like,
I
we're
want to go
not
on the
crazy.
record as just saying I love the comments.
I do too. I think they're
Because I
great.
love when people try to hack the game.
Yeah.
Like that's I
yeah.
automatically do that with everything that I watch or play in. So I love that they do that.
How can
Yeah.
you break
And
it?
so many times the people in the comments, like the subscribers, guess what is happening, and I'm like, yeah, I want to tell them, but I can't.
Yeah. No,
No
because Carl and I
spoilers.
kept talking about, we're like, he's not dead, but we thought maybe we just missed it.
Yeah.
And then all the comments were like,
All
where is
right,
he?
back to this current murder scene. So Carl, you're
Yeah,
being.
murder.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. So
I can
That
speak
means
in
Sean's gonna
Dwarvish,
come
so
back.
I'm going to yell to them.
Like
I'm going
when?
to put my hands out and
He's
I'm going
gonna
to
kill
yell,
us.
"Stop, or I will unleash the full wrath of the goddess Vusake upon you."
excellent. So you are doing what's called deception or intimidation.
I thought that was persuasion.
No, persuasion would be as if you were telling the
Yeah.
truth, Carl.
Intimidation or deception?
Like if you're like,
Deception.
stop, or I'm gonna vicious mockery you.
Beecher's like,
That would be persuasion. Deception is if you're lying.
I am lying.
Intimidating is if you're trying to intimidate them. So this sounds to me like you're trying to bluff.
Yeah, deception. So
You're-
plus
it's
7.
deception.
9 plus 7. Yeah.
Oh my
16.
god.
That's enough.
I know, right?
That is steep. Okay, so you're facing them. In Dwarvish, you say this, and you're not sure if they're actually buying your lie,
Yeah.
or if they're just shocked that you're a
Beecher's a dwarf.
tiefling who's speaking
speaks
Dwarvish,
Dwarvish.
but you say your thing, and they momentarily stop. Okay. Next round. So all of you sleepers
We wake
are
up.
awoken by the alarm. I need an initiative rundown from everyone.
Beecher and I run
7.
out of the tent.
Wait, do I need to do
Total?
initiative again?
Beecher, that's
7
horrible.
plus 4. Rip.
8.
11.
And I added it already.
11.
Wow.
We suck.
Wow. And Carl, what were you at?
What was my
5?
initiative?
Your
Yeah.
initiative last round?
Yeah, it was 5.
I can't believe Bill
Maybe.
tried to trick us into thinking Sean is dead. Like,
That
as
son
if
of
we'd
a
just be
bitch.
like, oh yeah, oh yeah, I guess he's dead. Oh man. That means
Alright,
he's gonna come
Bill
back and
wants
like
to
murder
kill
all of us.
himself right
Hey,
now.
what does Blade Wart do, by the way?
See that player's handbook?
Okay,
The
haha.
mysterious Mr. M.
Yeah,
The,
okay.
that
spells,
you?
the spells are at the end. What,
Yeah, wait,
me?
tell us the
Me?
truth.
Are
Did you
you
buy
Mr.
these
M?
books for
No,
us?
dude. Like, I have that kind of money? Come on.
No, he's
Sure.
right. He doesn't.
No, you're right.
He's a teacher.
All right, so while you're looking that up, these guards
Awful. Where's
are,
We play D&D.
they're going to jump down.
Right? No, it's
I'm
a
going to have
spell.
them jump down.
Bill, it's already like 4 o'clock.
Gotta be quiet.
I'm having
They're
fun.
going to jump down.
I'm having a
They
good
attack.
class.
I need more dice.
Bill,
Thanks,
I
Souls,
have
for their dice.
maybe 20 minutes left.
It's
in
fine.
there.
This will totally wrap up in 20 minutes because you guys will all be dead. All right, here we go. Woo! One of the guard ladies just natted.
Oh my
Wait,
god.
Blade Wart isn't it? Where is
Using the Bill Allen damage alternative scoring system,
it?
she
Oh,
does
it's
15
Blade
damage.
Ward.
This dwarf is now in pain. Okay.
Only in pain? Or
Wait, what is it?
The
Blade
other
Ward?
two
It's good.
that were sleeping are rousing. Ah, that tree didn't fall over. The princess is also rousing, but not up yet. So that brings us to Milo. You're
Yes.
up. Now,
Check it out. I got
you are not in armor. Nobody sleeps in armor.
you, like, can't
Very
get
unrealistic. So, do you have armor?
awesome. I'm gonna scare the
Do
shit
you have
out of
leather
this
armor
dwarf.
somewhere?
Oh,
Be the
leather
guy.
armor,
You
yeah.
have to-
Yeah.
And a wooden
So
shield.
you have no armor or shield right now. But you could run out of the tent in your night clothes and use spells to attack if you want to,
What are they spells?
or you
Sure.
could spend some
I'll thorn
rounds.
whip.
Okay.
More OP.
So you run out of the
I
tent,
only have one. Like,
you
make
run
them
to the edge,
laugh or sad.
you see Ralof and 2 of the guards fighting 2 of these muddy, dirty, like their hair and beards are just matted with mud and dreaded
Okay,
barbarians.
I'll thorn whip one
And
of
they're not
them.
wearing armor. They just have like crude like axes. All right, you're within
Oh.
range for thorn whip. You
Should I
could
thorn
totally.
whip or scimitar? Should I just hit him?
You would have to run down or jump down. You'd have to make an acrobatics to jump down and attack.
Oh.
But from 30 feet up, because you're on a ledge. I don't have the
Yeah,
elevation.
I'll just thorn whip then.
Okay, so you
Come on.
5.
That was a terrible roll.
plus 2.
Yeah,
plus
wait, that's
3.
like
It
didn't
even,
really
like,
roll.
Really?
It kind of
Yeah.
just fell out of my hand.
You know who says that? My 8-year-old son Oscar. All the time. He'll be like, "Oh, it's not quite the roll."
No, she literally.
You rolled
But
it
it like fell.
You're like
No,
Oscar.
you missed.
Okay.
10. All right, so that
Dude.
that brings us up to
I'd like to go again, please.
Drake. You also do not have armor on, but you could grab a
Well, I
weapon
don't
and run
have-
into battle.
I don't like. I have a studded leather shield, so.
No, you have studded leather armor and a shield.
Oh, okay.
So you could grab your shield and
Studded
sword
leather
and run out
shield.
there in your naked clothes. I mean, I don't know if you sleep naked, but like,
I do.
yeah.
No.
So basically, you could run out there and engage in combat, or you could take some time to put on your armor and then run out. But it sounded pretty dire because you hear like all the other guards waking up.
Yeah. How long? Like, how many turns would it take me to put on my?
That is probably something I should know off the top of my head, but I don't. So in the meantime, let's just say it takes a couple turns.
Like
A turn. Take it.
a turn. It'll
Getting
take-
in and out of armor. 1 minute,
So how many turns is that?
10.
Yeah.
Oh no, then I won't put it on. I'm heading right down there, but I have my
Shield?
shield and I have my
turn is
longsword
Okay,
on me.
so you run out there.
It's unrealistic.
Yeah.
You run. You could make it down if you make an acrobatics jump from the ledge down and attack. So if you have acrobatics, you could try that. Otherwise, you have to run around, and you won't be able to get an attack, but you'll be there next round.
Now, if I don't get my acrobatics rolled,
You might suffer like a small hit point of damage.
okay. Yeah, no, I'll.
Basically, it means you wipe out on the rocks.
Okay, I'll make acrobatics roll then.
Hey, look at that.
16 plus 3, so 19.
You make it. You jump down.
Yeah, and then
Swing?
Yes, I'm gonna swing to the person that just took 15 damage.
Yes.
And like go straight for his throat. So that's 16.
Yes.
I hit. I roll a.
Wait, you rolled a 16?
Yeah.
16. Okay, so
So
plus.
I hit.
Look where your longsword is. There should be
Yeah.
a plus.
Oh no! I rolled a 16 to see if I hit it.
Right. What's the plus next to
And then-
longsword?
Oh, plus 5. Yeah.
So that's 21 total to hit.
okay.
And then now you roll damage, which is, so you roll your 1d8,
D8,
and then
yep.
you add what it says next to your damage, and that includes your.
Does that
food.
already factor in my dueling?
Yeah, and your savage attacker.
Okay, cool.
So you're gonna roll that
Does that count?
twice.
That's 6.
Take the higher of the two.
6.
So 6 plus what?
Plus 5.
Yep. You jump down and just whoosh, and like gouge his shoulder and his neck. He drops.
The other one's still alive.
The other one's still alive and unwounded.
Do we have him flanked right now though?
Grimble, you are still wearing your armor because
Yes.
you passed out in it. You you hear the cries of alarm. You hear like the sounds of combat. You sit up with your axe and you puke, and you just barf.
Okay.
You know how like if you get up too
That's your
fast
turn.
Yeah.
when you're hungover, that's so your turn is barfing
We wouldn't
just
know.
in your lap.
We're surrounded.
Ralof, you're up. There's a bad guy right in front of you.
Okay.
Do we have, you didn't answer my question.
What?
Do we have him flanked?
No, not yet.
Here's what I'm going to do. Ready? Okay. Here's the plan. I'm going to yell again in Dwarvish. Louder. I need to, there's some combat ensuing, so he needs to hear me, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to yell, I warned you once, now I shall unleash the wrath.
My
Unleash?
wrath.
I can't say the word. The wrath of Usaik. And then I'm going to do Blade Ward, which involves a bunch of like light insignias being created from my hands
Yes.
as like a way to prove that I am working through the power of Usaik.
So now you're
Scared
making
it.
an intimidation roll.
That's right.
Nice.
See that? What's my
Right.
intimidation? It's probably like +5. What's
Yeah.
up? Ah, fine. 13. Doesn't work as well.
Yeah. He's not so much
That
intimidated,
was cool though.
Whoa,
So
that's a cool picture.
That was almost cool.
but at least you have Blade Ward going.
That's true,
I don't know
right?
And
what
that,
works
Which is resistance.
that might be important.
So I can't like die.
It's.
for
I
like
think
a
it's
minute.
resistance
to swords.
bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing.
Yeah. So which is good because you took a significant amount of damage.
Yeah. Heather, will you
Yeah,
heal me
isn't it?
after this?
Look at how, what is that? Look at how pretty that is.
That is pretty.
I think it's prismatic wall. Prismatic
that
spray.
tattooed on it.
That's what it is. Prismatic spray.
You just break
Bill
colors
has a
at
D&D
people.
tattoo.
Yeah,
do you
Bill
not?
has a D&D tattoo.
I do.
My tattoo artist has a D&D tattoo.
I have a dinosaur tattoo by
Okay.
my crotch.
So top of the order. This guard's going to attack. Jesus Christ. Hit.
The sad part is that like
Hit.
it's true.
8 damage. All right. Dwarf is going to attack. And he is going to attack this guard lady because she just stabbed him.
Oh.
Hit.
Dang.
All right. Damage has been done. And it hurts. All right. Next up is Milo.
Yes.
There's still a dwarf mud guy.
I'm gonna thorn whip again.
Okay? You do.
10 plus,
Plus 2 plus 3 is 15 total.
yep,
Good. Roll damage.
which is
1d6.
There's thorn whip is amazing.
And you're going to pull him, right? Remember?
Why did I not know what a 6 was?
Because it's been a week.
3.
Okay, good. So you and you pull
Don't
him,
I plus something?
and he
or-
pulls towards in between this guard
So he's
and
flanked.
Ralof, and now he'll be flanked.
Yeah.
Yes.
There we go.
Well, and
Advantage
more importantly, he's
positioning.
Right.
prone. So either way, you're going to have advantage on the attack.
Yes.
All right, which brings us to Drake. So you could literally walk up and stab down. You get advantage. So roll 2 20s, take the higher of the two.
20 and 20. That's my bet.
17.
Really hits.
I mean, yeah, but if
We'll
you
roll
roll a 20,
again.
if you get advantage, it's always worth.
5.
Yeah, so you'll take the 17.
Yep.
We'll take the
Now roll your d8 plus whatever it is for damage.
We'll take the photo.
You roll the higher of the two. That's a D10.
Oh,
It's the other diamond-shaped one.
8.
Yes. No. Roll again. You get to pick between the higher of the two.
It's a D8.
It's a D8.
I know. You rolled a 5.
He rolled an 8.
Oh, you rolled an 8.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. So
Yeah.
8 plus what?
5.
Yeah, he's dead. You just hacked down, dead.
Good job, guys.
And nothing happens like with their eyes or anything here. Like
No.
They glow
Wait, what was
purple.
that subplot?
What
Because we
was
never
that?
figured it out.
Yes, you never did. Oh, well. We'll find out
Wow.
in future adventures. All right,
What?
listen.
That's a sad reality.
So here's the reality. You now have two filthy, dirty, practically naked. Like, all they have are loincloths and axes, okay?
I'm going to take their axe for an extra weapon.
It's, you pick it up, and it is like the
Gross.
iron is chipped. It's
Don't take it.
crappy. Like, you don't even want. It would be an insult to you as a proper fighter to use this filthy weapon.
We'll buy new.
Like, part of it's rusted. The handles smells like manure. They other than their two axes and the twine that they used to, like, basically put like matted grass and a bush over their backs, and the mud that they're caked in. That's all they have on them.
I want to take the twine and keep it on me.
Okay. While you're doing that, you're untying the twine. Actually, everybody who's there can make a perception roll. Grimble, do you go down there?
7.
No.
Whoa. I didn't know.
18.
I wouldn't
I mean,
go down there.
There's vomit in front of you. You hear the
got
sound of battle
one.
has stopped.
Is that?
I'm gonna make my way over
16.
to the fire.
I got bean boozled.
Okay.
Oh no. 18.
I got 16.
You guys,
Plus-
when you
plus what?
untie
Plus
the twine,
Nothing.
the
20.
makeshift
Five.
like ghillie suit, basically like all the foliage that they were using to camouflage, kind of falls aside, right? And you notice that the dead dwarf has like a brand, like is like a symbol branded into their flesh.
They both have it.
While you check,
Do we recognize the symbol?
What?
do you check the other guy
I said that we unwrapped it. So I'm assuming
from both guys,
What?
from both of the dead dwarves?
Yeah, I'm taking
Okay.
the twine from both of them.
So,
I thought
yeah.
he was doing one. I was doing one.
When you do that, you
I don't wanna
notice they
touch
both have this same symbol branded into their
Using
back.
my religious knowledge, is this a religious symbol at all?
No.
Okay.
What's the symbol?
You could make, if you have proficiency in history, you can make a history check.
Don't I have that?
Carl, you have it because of Jack of all trades, so make a roll. No matter what, you can add 1.
16.
Okay.
Cool.
It seems familiar.
Oh.
Like, from this region, you're just not sure what it is.
Okay.
You're like, oh, this strikes a bell. I just can't quite place it.
Is that, and I want to speak to all the people around. Does anyone know what this symbol is, what this represents?
The priestesses aren't sure. One of the priestesses is wounded, and she's like, you scout around and make sure there's no others in the vicinity. Dude, check the perimeter. We're gonna go check on the princess. They run back up.
Milo, could you heal me? Perhaps? That'd be
Yes.
awesome.
You took a significant amount of damage.
Good
You want to do cure wounds or healing word,
What about good berry?
or just make a whole crop of good berries?
Yeah, can you just feed me berries?
Can I do good berries? I've never done that one before.
Sure.
Pop 'em in my
You
mouth.
call
Do it?
upon nature, and
Oh.
you plop up a
Hello.
bunch of good berries, and you have a handful
Hello,
of them.
nature.
How much do they heal me?
So not
Okay,
only do
there you
they
go.
heal, but they
One
provide you with
HP
sustenance.
each.
I'd like 8 berries, please.
You eat them,
Yeah.
you feel like you just had a feast. Like you're like full.
So am I back to 20?
Yes.
Cool.
You also gain the hit points. So, who does like the perimeter walk?
The guards did it,
We
whatever.
didn't leave
No, they
those
didn't.
bodies.
They told you to.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. What are you doing with them?
Okay. For reference, I wanted with my longsword, I want to cut out that part of the skin and keep that on me in case we come across.
You have a
gross.
knife,
A
so
knife.
you basically
It's
use your
disgusting.
knife
And I like it.
and you carve off the skin. You basically
Heather could draw the symbol.
Yeah.
Okay.
She has paint and paper.
she could.
Oh well.
All right.
gotta
So
do
now
it.
you have this chunk of skin.
Because we
Ew.
also make an
Inglourious
example out
Bastard
of them.
style.
By
Not.
taking his skin?
Yeah,
Yes.
dude, it's like scalping. That's hard.
Inglorious Bastard
Ew.
style.
Yeah.
Just
This is gross.
So we just.
So you have
I quit.
you
quit.
shear off these pieces, and
I
then
mean, I only needed one, but I guess I'll take both.
okay.
100 dead.
Ew.
So then what? Do you guys scout?
I'll do a perimeter search.
Okay.
I'm
Everybody who does a scouting job, make a roll, and I'll make 2 rolls for the guards.
Ugh, crap. 10.
Okay. You walk the perimeter. Max, make a perimeter walk roll.
And what am I rolling?
D20.
Yeah, perception check. You're basically
12.
5. I'm not doing good
12
today.
plus 4, 16.
okay.
I'm tired.
You guys collectively and 2 of the guards all do like a perimeter walk, and you see no more potential threats. Okay. However, the leader of the princess's guard is now kind of like on high alert because she's like, oh, you, drunk dwarf, go down and look at those bodies. Those
Captain.
filthy dwarves, they might be those barbarians.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna kind of sit there.
Okay. So, do you share what you guys saw with him?
Show him the symbol.
Yeah, I do. I pull it out of my back pocket, and it's just bloody flesh.
Symbols, yes.
You need to not even make a roll. You know what it is. That's the
Tell us,
brand of
Beecher.
the quotient,
A quotient.
the dwarf
Yeah.
barbarian horde.
Quotient, if you see this, bad guy. End it.
Is he still drunk?
What?
Yeah, most definitely is.
Probably.
All right.
Like an hour passed.
So,
I hate this guy.
so you guys,
Freaking hate
They're
this.
starting to beef with you.
you guys are told by the captain of the guards that they're going to have to take like a rotation of shifts since this happened. It kind of like messed up the rotation. So everybody basically takes a shift rotation, and throughout the rest of the night, there are no other disturbances.
The princess stayed in her tent.
No, she got out of her tent, but
Okay.
then she goes back in.
Okay.
So because of that, like basically your next day starts a little later. You know, people are sleeping in a little later and stuff. But by the end of all of that, everybody's had a full rest. So you wake up in the morning after everybody's had a full rest, kind of a late morning. Some people started the campfire earlier and got some breakfast going. There's some oatmeal and stuff and some strong coffee, some water.
Fun.
And you guys have your camp breakfast, and then you kind of start packing up everything, put it back on the wagon, and then you begin making the second trek of your journey. And we'll find out what happens next on D&D, the summer sessions.
Hashtag bitchin' summer.